Tom Cruise is back as Ethan Hunt, and he needs to get together his team of IMF agents to track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity and the future of the entire world. So, you know, just another day. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to listen to me talk about the movie, I guess. What's up, guys? I just saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, a Mission Impossible film that's title is almost as long as the runtime of this film. Yes, this movie clocks in at nearly 3 hours, and I will say that it is mostly a very enjoyable time at the movies. Tom Cruise, man, I don't know how he does it. He keeps producing these movies that really are just really fun popcorn movies that you can go and just sit in the theater and really enjoy. The cast of this film is insane. I mean, the cast lists in these Mission Impossible movies just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and this movie is no exception. We have a lot of returning faces like Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, but we also have a lot of new faces, and I have to say that for the most part, I really love these new characters. Hayley Atwell, she is amazing. She oozes charisma in this movie, and she has great chemistry with Tom Cruise, which I was pretty surprised by. Their chemistry is amazing, and I really enjoyed all of the screen time she had. I feel like she stole a lot of the scene that she was in, and I love the new dynamic her character brings into this franchise. Klementieff is in this film, and my gosh, talk about scene stealers. I feel like every time she comes on screen, her presence demands your attention. She is so good in this movie, and it's so nice to see her in a role outside of Mantis. Because yes, while she has been in other films, many people know her from the Guardians franchise, and while she is great in those movies, it's nice to see her do something different in this film. She's got her face all painted up like a mime, doing all kinds of fighting and just being an intimidating badass, and I loved every second of it. I will say one of the weaker points of this movie has to be the villain of the film, and I say that with quotes because explaining the villain is a lot more complex than just stating this character, but I do think Asai Morales is one of the weaker points of the movie, not due to his acting. I think that he was great with what he was given. I just don't really think the idea of the villain itself and the way that he was utilized in this movie was done extremely well. It kind of had me rolling my eyes like, oh, are we really doing this in movie 7 of the Mission Impossible franchise? But I will say that Asai tries to do the best with what he was given. I mean, I really like him as a performer. He was one of the best parts of the Titan TV series. If anyone watched that, he played Deathstroke, and I thought he did a really good job with that character. So I was excited to see him in this film, but I think that he was underutilized, and when they did utilize him, I would have preferred them to do something a little bit different with the character than what they ended up doing. But that being said, he's still a really enjoyable villain, mainly due to the fact that Asai is really good at playing these intimidating characters. As for the returning characters, I mean, they all do what they normally do. I mean, Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg, they just do their normal tech IMF support roles. I don't really feel like they bring anything new to the characters in this movie, but still, that being said, I still enjoy them in the film, and I still enjoy them being a part of Ethan's team. I just wish, we would explore these characters more than just constantly introducing new characters, because this film does throw like 70 characters at you through the runtime, and there's so many new faces, and there's so much going on. Really do lose focus of the older characters at times. Speaking of old characters, Rebecca Ferguson, I feel like she wasn't really given a lot to do in this film, which sucks because I feel like Isla Foss is such a fan favorite character in this franchise. So for her to kind of be relegated to a minor player in this movie was a little disappointing for me, but I can understand why they did that. Rebecca Ferguson has a lot going on. I know she filmed Dune 2 and her television series during the time this was going on, so it's expected to say that she had a smaller role in this film. The plot is pretty straightforward for a Mission Impossible movie. I mean, it doesn't break the mold, but if you love the other Mission Impossible films, you will love this film as well. It has all of the Mission Impossible staples. Great action set pieces, Tom Cruise doing death-defying, life-threatening stunts, face masks being ripped off all the time, and wide shots of Tom Cruise running for long periods. Listen, guys, it's a Mission Impossible movie. You gotta go into these things expecting what you're gonna get, and this movie delivers on all of those points. For me, I would still probably put Mission Impossible Fallout and Rogue Nation ahead of this, but that being said, this is still a really, really enjoyable movie. I think despite it being part 1 of 2, it does a really good job of telling the story it was designed to tell. If you're looking for a fun popcorn movie, I definitely recommend Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. But if you're looking for something different or to see Tom Cruise break the mold, this movie isn't it. It's no Top Gun Maverick, but it is a really, really good time. Based off of that, I'm going to give Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, just a really fun movie. There were some things about the plot that bothered me a little bit, but it didn't distract me enough for me not to enjoy the movie for what it was. If you like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you want to check out more of our reviews, click the link to the left. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And until next time, guys, stay versed.